Hello, I'm Stephia from Stephia Abstract Art, and I'm going to be talking today about the planetary alignment that is taking place at the moment in our sky. You can see it really beautifully if you have the chance to have clear nights. I see it really well because I live on the East Coast here in Mallorca. Why do I want to talk about this? Well, it is because it is related to some of the work I do with my clients, and some of them have asked me, what is this planetary alignment about, and how is this going to influence us, and how could this influencer work? There are different themes with this planetary alignment, and the main ones are purification, amplification, and renewal, rebirth, recreation. So that's why it's important with what I do, because we work on creativity and how to develop creativity. I help them finding their path in their journey to build a creative life or a creative career. So these three themes are very important, because I think it is not just about to take a look at the planetary alignment itself. It's a very beautiful thing to look at, and it holds a lot of very powerful energies. From certain astrological point of view, it is not as such an alignment. Yeah? It means that not all of these planets from Saturn to Mars, Venus, Jupiter, they are not all at the same degree. It is not that. They just make a line in the sky. I'm going to highlight the different events that I believe have a strong influence at the moment and related to the placement of the planet and this planetary alignment. It makes it a very potent time, a very energetic time, really beautiful, but also very amplified at every level. So I will start with the change of the nodal axis. So the south and the north node have changed sign on the 12th of January, and we will be with that energy for the next 18 months. The nodal axis has moved from Libra, Aries to Pisces, Virgo. The last time that this happened, it was 18 years ago. It's always interesting. You could look at 18 years ago. What were you doing? What was happening in your life? What kind of energies was around? I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same as 18 years ago, but there could be some kind of pattern or a certain area of life that are going to be highlighted as in the same time as 18 years ago. For me, it was a very creative time, very, very creative time. So I'm taking that into account. Then we've had the first Pluto-Sun conjunction. It was fully on the 16th of January. And I say the first Pluto-Sun conjunction in Aquarius since Pluto moved into Aquarius without any more retrogrades into Capricorn. Now it's going to be in Aquarius for the next 19 years. So every time the Sun is going to conjunct Pluto, it is going to happen in Aquarius. That is a very powerful conjunction, Sun-Pluto conjunction. So a lot of energy, vitality from the Sun and Pluto that's going to unearth anything that's toxic, anything that is not meant to be there, bringing a lot of conscious about this transformative phase, yeah, because that is a very Pluto, very transformative phase. Whether we realize it or not, with Pluto, it does happen at a very, very deep level. It does leave some traces. Pluto is related to death and rebirth. So depending on what is happening in the sign of Aquarius for you in your chart, which house it is related to, then this area of life will be affected by these changes. Then we have a new moon on the 29th of January. It is the first new moon of the calendar year. It is a new moon in Aquarius at 9 degrees, also 9 degrees Aquarius in the 9th house, and it also marks the start of the Chinese New Year, marks the start of the year of the snake. So these are the energies of the new moon, which is also a very transformative new moon, and a very creative, it's a very creative new moon. I was watching a video of a really renowned astrologer, and she was talking about the grand trine of this new moon between Jupiter, a lot of amplification, the new moon itself, so the moon and the sun, trine Jupiter, and a dwarf planet called Makemake, who is the god, the creator god of Easter Island. So with that grand trine, you create a new world. That's what it is. The reason why I'm talking about it, it's because it's happening just a few days after this so-called peak of the planetary alignment. And I know many of you are setting intentions to manifest what you desire, what you would like in your life, what you would like to change in your life, what you would like it to be for your future. So be aware that by setting these intentions during this period of time, you are feeding into the new moon coming up on the 29th of January. This is what you are doing. So worth to take a look at where this new moon falls in your chart at 9 degrees of Aquarius. What is happening there? Is there any planets, at that degree of Aquarius? Which house does it represent, so that you will know which area of your life it's going to impact the most. Right after that, Uranus is moving direct. A big energy there, just right the day after the new moon, for novelties, for like new things to happen during this time. So a strong energy. Then we have in bulk on the 1st of February. That is the midpoint between the solstice and the spring equinox, so winter solstice and spring equinox, which symbolize rebirth once more. the theme of rebirth here, worth to consider. Celebrating in bulk, it symbolizes rebirth. It's often associated with fire and planting new seeds. So within a few days, within this planetary alignment, you have a lot of portals there to be planting new seeds. And all of that is amplified by Jupiter because of the placement of Jupiter. And there is a lot of indication that Jupiter is at a very strong position, very strong place. If you are taking in consideration the Kumbh Mela, this is a pilgrimage that is happening every 12 years following the cycle of Jupiter. It's happening in India, in 4 different locations in India, which are catered within very precise alignment of the planets. And the position of Jupiter is very important for the Kumbh Mela festival. So it's a huge festival that gathers millions of people, millions of pilgrims in India. It's a very powerful, it's a very energetic time. What's really interesting is that during this time, the pilgrims will, among a lot of things, they will take these energies that are happening now, they will use them to balance their dosha. So which means that considering certain placement of planets in their chart, they're going to see how they can make the balance within the energies, of these planets, of each planet, of Mars, of Venus, of Jupiter, depending on their own individual chart. So what I want to say is that it is important to take in consideration that whatever your thoughts are, whatever your intentions are, whatever your manifestation, intentions are, to be aware that all of this is amplified by Jupiter, knowing that Jupiter amplifies all. It amplifies the good, the bad, the positive, the negative. It doesn't make a difference of, oh, I'm going to only amplify this, or I'm going to amplify that one there, it's really beautiful, or this one here. No, it's with Jupiter, it takes what is and amplifies it. It's like if you're playing music through an amplifier, if you're playing a good tune and you amplify it, okay, the tune is just going to be really good. If you have a good amplifier, it's going to sound amazing. If you play a bad tune, the amplifier is still going to amplify that tune and it's going to sound horrible. So it's a little bit the same with Jupiter. It just takes what is and amplifies it. So you need to make sure that when you plant your seeds, when you're setting your intentions, they come from a pure place, from a place of love, because that's what, you know, that's what's going to be amplified. You know, if there is any imbalance there, if you're not very clear, you know, about things, well, it's going to amplify all of that. So that's why I wanted to talk about this and relate to what the people going to the Kumela festival are doing with they purify a lot, they use this energy to purify and to balance. Have a look yourself, you know, what this Kumela festival is. Like I've looked at what happened in my life every 12 years, because this festival is happening every 12 years, so every time Jupiter is at a powerful placement, the festival happens. And it's quite interesting to look at it and get back every 12 years and see what has happened around that. To me, it was really big changes happen in my life every time. I moved country every time, exactly at that time for like long period of time, big, you know, big decisions. So that's all I wanted to say for now about the planetary alignment. Just to remember, set your intention with balance and take this energy, take the chance to do some cleansing, clearing, purifying. Things can be, you know, it into your advantage. I think I'm finished for now. I wish you all a good day and thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon again.